This is an exciting day. We are going to spotlight a new term in the industry, one that could reshape how professionals think about sustainability. Our guest today is a regular one. I'll say he's the master creator of this new industry term. I'm not going to say the word, I'm going to leave that up to our guest, but I think you're going to like it. It describes a mindset that goes far beyond buzzwords and compliance checklists. It's my pleasure to welcome Steve Ashkin. Everyone knew who I was talking about, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing great, Jeff. Thank you for the interview and thank you to everyone who's listening in.
Well, let's find out what this word is. I know you're a little excited about it, so I'm going to turn it over to you. Tell us what it is, what it means, what you hope it'll do.
So thank you, Jeff. And the word is sustainablist. And the reason I came up with the concept of sustainablist is, we have people who practice science, we call them scientists. And people who study economics, we call them economists. And people who are into art, we can call them artists. And so a sustainablist is somebody who actually is an expert and practices sustainability. And the reason that I came up with this, Jeff, is because, I have the pleasure of dealing with a lot of people who work on the issue of sustainability. And many, if not most of them, actually have sustainability in their title. And, when we get down to it, and I appreciate everyone who works on this topic, but I also find that far too many people just sort of see this as kind of their job and they look at it as a reporting exercise or, it's compliance. They have some mandatory report to file or what have you. And I came up with sustainablist because I think people need to do more, right? I think a sustainablist isn't just someone who does the basics, but somebody who really understands that we have to use structured thinking and to apply it over time, and that they actually understand how uh, um, the environment and social issues and governance intersect with important issues like operations and costs and risk and workforce realities and hiring and all these other issues, and ultimately create long term value for their organization. So a sustainablist is someone who's really a practitioner, who's and importantly, who's committed to improving what's going on in their organization.
See, and you're right. There are other industries or other professionals that have the IST after their role. So why not this one as well? So, Steve, I know that you've emphasized that sustainabilists are, I like that word, sustainabilists, are pragmatic. They're not activists, they're not perfectionists. Why is that distinction so important to you as you think about what this word means?
I think if I can be really candid, Jeff, you know, we work for companies. Our goal as an employee is to maximize the return on investment for the investors or the owners of the company, right? That's our job, is to create value for our employers. So I do think we have to be pragmatic about what it is we're doing. If we want to just do this for fun or, laugh and giggles, we can go do that and let's have fun and let's do that stuff. And any contribution is important. But if we're really going to be good at this stuff, we do have to be really pragmatic about it. And the other issue really for me is working in a professional environment. I think it's really important, especially at this time, to be very cognizant of the need to avoid politics. And that's just a reality. And it's not just because of what's going on in the political climate, whether we're talking about the US or around the world. It's also because we really do have to demonstrate value creation or risk reduction. And so sometimes I think we lose sight of that and we start thinking about marketing stuff and how much we love puppy dogs and bunny rabbits and we want to hug trees. And I think that we can go too far down that path and forget about the pragmatic issues of value creation, of risk reduction, of the other things that we can really do to help our organizations. And frankly, the only way we're really going to address the issues that we might be concerned about is driving improvements within our organization.
What's your anticipation of an adoption of this word? Is it going to be an industry term that will be used at ISSA show? Is this going to end up in Webster's dictionary?
That's my goal. I wanted, what is it? Merriam-Webster creates a new word of the year. I mean, how awesome would it be if it became sustainablist? And hopefully, our industry can lead the way because I think it applies to anybody who's actually a practitioner of sustainability. But let's see what we can do. And I'm delighted to sort of coin it and launch it for ISSA members.
So, is there a way to apply to be a sustainablist?
No, no, we just need to do it.
Okay.
I mean, we don't need a badge and we don't need a certificate. Maybe someday we'll come up with that. Maybe ISSA should develop a training program. And when you graduate, you get a certificate as a fiscal sustainablist. But at this point, I just really want to encourage people to take this stuff seriously, to take it professionally, to understand there's levels. It's just like if you're a baseball player, you can play in a Saturday, let's go have a beer softball league where the players, they're happy and they enjoy baseball and they really want to play. Or you can be a professional athlete. And the
Mm-hmm.
commitment is different. The passion actually may be the same, but the skills and the ability and the effort levels are just entirely different. And I think this is a time where those people who are really committed to these issues and who want to be the best they can be at it, just like an athlete, then, somehow will come up with some recognition that they are sustainabilists and they're sort of the top tier of those who practice this effort.
Well, Steve, thank you for this today. This is breaking news. You heard it here first. Become a sustainablist, and there'll be more information on this coming out soon. So watch for it and be part of this Merriam-Webster dictionary hopeful word in the future.
Thank you, Jeff, and thank you to everyone listening in. And I hope the future is bright for everybody, especially all of you sustainabilists.